I thought I would run you through my favorite LAMER products today. I thought I'd get dressed up very fancy today because we're going to feel very posh after this amazing skincare routine. I'm going to start out with, wait for it, the concentrate from LAMER. This is just like probably one of the best smelling products I think I've ever used. Always remember to put some on your neck, and the texture is like incredibly silky. It's like probably the silkiest feeling ever. Oh, and another thing, always put everything over your lips, your neck, and don't forget the backs of your necks, which is obviously when you tie your hair up, you want to make sure that that piece of skin is also protected and hydrated. I often see ladies with the hair tied up, and there's a lot of sun damage at the back. So always put your sun cream, your moisturizers, your serums, everything around the neck. And then whatever's left over, I would put on the back of my hands and as far down on my chest as I can. Now I'm going to use the eye lifting serum, which also is in a little dropper, and a little drop goes a really, really long way. And just remember, use your ring finger and pat it all around the orbital bone area. I put it on quite thick, and then I let it hide like sit and absorb as much as possible. So quite thick, don't rub it in too much. This is a trick I learned from another makeup artist. When often you get models that have got really dark rings, puffy circles, let it sit and then layer it with another eye balm over. And that is like my most favorite trick ever. So I'm going to layer it with the eye balm intense once this is absorbed, but for the moment I'm going to put on a little bit of the lip balm. I try not to stick my fingers in this. I know it's my own one, but I still feel that you're putting in a whole lot of bacteria by doing that. So I always dip a little earbud in and then use it that way, and then that way I know I don't get like dirty germs in it. My following party trick would be, now this is also another thing I've learned over the years, moisturizer absorbs better on a moist skin. So this is the moisturizing cream. This is what I use in winter. I use the lotion in summer because I find the cream is quite rich and nourishing. And then I would always put the mist on my skin first. You can see I love this, it's almost finished. And then I would warm up my LAMER because that's how you kind of get the miracle broth. It just smells so posh. Anyway, now I'm going to just spray. I don't want my hair to be frizzing. A little bit of the mist. Oh, I wish you could smell this. And then mix like a little bit like that in the palm of my hand. If you don't do this, you're not going to get the optimum out of this product. So then I just, on my moist skin, massage it in very gently. For the neck, the chest is very important. Oh, this feels so delicious. And again, just make sure you cover the lips. I was so lucky last year, World Oceans Day, when I got this puppy. I just have to share it with you because, oh, how beautiful is that? And the other one is almost empty, so I've already started digging into this. It's so delicious. It's so nice to treat yourself every now and then with this beautiful range of products. And obviously now you've got your moisturizer to settle in. This is where I sometimes reapply my eye cream. Honestly, because at my age, I find these little fine lines are getting a little bit more pronounced for my liking. And then I put it on quite thick. And interestingly, you'd think it would sit on top of the skin, but it always absorbs. And I do feel that this is one great way of getting those masking. I wouldn't say getting rid of them, but definitely masking the little fine lines, excess on the lips. And these lips are going to be like super hydrated at the end of this. Then I have the two favorite sunblocks. Again, one I would use more in winter, one in summer. This one is a SPF 30. It's called the Reparative Face Sun Lotion. I tend to use this more in winter. I find it a little bit richer. And then the SPF UV 50, which is, I want to show you the texture of this because it's quite liquid, whereas the reparative one is a little bit thicker in texture. And always when in fact I'm just going to mix these two not to waste them. And always when I apply sunblock, whatever's left over I put on my hands, because that's the one way of seeing a lady's true age, is by having a look at her hands and her neck, which is like, ugh, the bane of my life. But anyway, that is pretty much my LAMER routine. I also love the body cream. My personal favorite is the big tub. I can't think of the name now, but I try and buy that once a year for myself for Christmas, and it tends to last me like almost 8 months, which is amazing. This is just what I use on my upper body mainly, and then obviously my other two favorite products. While we're on LAMER, we might as well do LAMER. This is the soft fluid foundation, which interesting contains the miracle broth, which is amazing. There's more hydration. It has a SPF 20, and that little drop is literally going to do my entire face. So I always start with the center. This is where I find I need the most sort of coverage, weirdly. And I do like to see freckles, so I don't put a bucket load of foundation on it, because this foundation is a really good coverage. One doesn't really need all that much. Obviously on the right hand side where I drive and the sun gets through the window, I have a little bit more pigmentation, so that's where I would add a little bit more. And I'm using the foundation brush from LAMER, which is just such a great way of applying a foundation, because you can really work it in. Now whatever leftover bit is over here, it's just like the world's best concealer. So every night before bedtime, I just do a little squirt and wait for that to get nice and thick the next morning. And that way I don't have to have a concealer or a color corrector. It's just pretty much on the edge of that bottle. And that is just how simple and how luxurious and delicious my LAMER daily skincare, skin perfecting routine is. So I am ready for the day, and I'm feeling very, very posh and expensive right now, and it was just such a nice treat, and I hope you enjoyed that.